All right, back to our breaking news. We continue to cover the wildfires in Los Angeles County as the sun begins to rise on the West Coast. Let's go straight to Jacob Soboroff, who is live in Pacific Palisades. Jacob, what do you have?
Mika, it's devastating. It's the only way that I can think to describe this. This is Pacific Palisades. It's a coastal community here in Los Angeles. 23,000 people live here. I was born and raised here. I actually grew up in a house a couple blocks down the road, and everywhere you look, there are homes on fire. We're talking about dozens, if not scores, hundreds. I mean, it could be. There are tens of thousands of people that are displaced right now. And what I want everyone to understand, if you are just waking up in the Los Angeles area and you want to know what's happening in Pacific Palisades, and for people outside of LA, just so you know, this is a major community, a neighborhood. LA is a city of neighborhoods. This is a major neighborhood in the city of Los Angeles, both in terms of population and in terms of size. Virtually every house down the main stretch of Pacific Palisades on Sunset Boulevard has gone up in flames between where I'm standing on what's called Chautauqua. This is Pampas Ricas, but there's Chautauqua Street next there, and all the way down into the Palisades Village. Mika, to put this into perspective, pretty much every piece of infrastructure in town, both of the supermarkets, gas stations, doctors' offices, restaurants, the main public library in town, and houses on virtually every street that I have been down, including in the Huntington Palisades, right in the middle of town, have gone. I know there's a lot of policymakers that watch this broadcast every single day, especially back in Washington. The recovery from this is going to be one on the scale, imagine, of the big one from the earthquake. This is as bad as you can possibly imagine for a community anywhere in the country, much less in the heart of urban Los Angeles. It is not something any of us expected. You can see that the wind's still blowing right now. I can feel the heat actually from this building on my back. Embers are still coming down, and that is because it has been unbelievably dry after two very rainy years here with a lot of foliage and a lot of vegetation. We are sitting in the foothills of the Santa Monica Mountains right now, and this place was a tinderbox ready to go. And whatever started this fire yesterday in the highlands of Los Angeles spread so incredibly quickly that people left their cars on the streets, people ran away from this fire, bulldozers were called in, but everywhere you look, things that made up this community, a very vibrant, very beautiful community in the heart of Los Angeles, is no longer this morning, Mika.
Jacob, it's Jonathan. First and foremost, please be safe. Of course, our hearts are with you there. Can you give us a better sense of the response, what fire officials are able to do? We heard just a short time ago, these fires still considered 0% contained. With the wind, what can firefighters even do to direct manage, try to fight this place?
It is a game of whack-a-mole at this point, Jonathan, because every street that I have driven down in Pacific Palisades has a home or a business or a school or a piece of critical infrastructure on fire. It is a mutual aid response with firefighting officials from Los Angeles City, Los Angeles County, the state of California, neighboring jurisdictions like Santa Monica and Malibu, all coming to the aid of one another. Those aircraft will probably be back in the sky as soon as day breaks here, as sun is coming up here over Southern California. Governor Newsom came out and declared a state of emergency. The Los Angeles Police Department is on a modified citywide tactical alert, meaning that officers from all over the city of Los Angeles are convening in this particular area to help with traffic management, with evacuations, with getting people out. A lot of people have questions about how this could have happened, but I have to tell you, I have covered hurricanes for this network. It was hurricane force winds last night. There are reports of gusts of up to 100 miles an hour. Many people have heard of and are familiar with the Santa Ana winds coming from inland, blowing out to the coast. Some people call them the devil's winds, and it's very, very dangerous during fire season. They have sparked an inferno in one of the best known, most populated parts of the city of Los Angeles, the likes of which certainly in my 41 years on this planet and as a resident of this community I have never seen. I don't think many people living in Los Angeles have ever seen anything like this. This might be as bad or worse than the historic Bel Air fire in Los Angeles that so many of us are familiar with.
Harrowing words. NBC's Jacob Soboroff. Again, Jacob, thank you and stay safe. Let's go right